Ma. Oh, hey, so, if this is popping up on your phone, then chances are you listened to a lot of my music this year on It's Taylor. By the way, thank you for doing that. Thank you for all of your support with The Life of a Showgirl. And we actually have a lot of reminiscing that we could do coming up because I have a docuseries and a concert film on Disney Plus coming out on December 12th called The End of an Era and the Final Show. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for everything. It started with a glitch, a simple video message popping up on thousands of phones wrapped in the familiar green and black of Spotify. But this wasn't just a thank you for the streams. If you looked closely and if you listened to the whispers tearing across social media, it felt like a goodbye. Taylor Swift looking directly into the camera hinted at the end of an era. And just as fans started to panic about what that meant, the real bombshell dropped. It wasn't a song. It wasn't a tour date. It was a set of keys. Reports are officially swirling that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have made their most significant move yet. We aren't talking about a quick weekend getaway or a hotel stay. We are talking about a breathtaking secluded mansion in Rhode Island, valued at over $9 million. But this isn't just real estate news. The timing of this purchase coming right after Thanksgiving in a mid-storm of engagement, rumors suggests something much bigger is happening behind those iron gates. This property marks a massive shift for the couple who have spent the last year dodging headlines, sprinting through stadium back exits, and living life through a telephoto lens. For the first time, they have a place that is entirely their own. A place designed to be invisible. But while the house is designed to keep the world out, details have leaked about what's happening inside. From a 10-carat diamond ring catching the light during a family dinner to a secret recording studio being built in the basement, the story of this house is the story of their future. And if the rumors about what happened that first night in the mansion are true, we might be looking at the setting for the wedding of the century. But the luxury wasn't the only thing shocking fans. It's what this house represents. Is this the retirement plan? Is the End of an Era documentary actually a farewell to touring? Let's open the doors and find out. The Fortress of Silence. To understand why this house is so important, you have to understand what life has been like for these two. Taylor has spent the last year performing for millions, her every move tracked by Jets and fans. Travis has been battling through a brutal NFL season, his life dissected on every sports channel. They don't need another house. They need a fortress. And reports claim that is exactly what they found in Rhode Island. This isn't the famous holiday house you've heard about in her songs. The one right on the water where fans camp out on the rocks. This is different. This new estate is valued at $9 million, not because of its flashiness, but because of its invisibility. The property is reportedly shielded by towering ancient trees and heavy iron gates that look like something out of a storybook. It offers a rare slice of total privacy, a commodity that is priceless to the world's most famous couple. Insiders describe the perimeter as being circled by 2 acres of lush bamboo forest. Now, bamboo is dense, it grows fast, and it creates a natural wall that no camera lens can penetrate. It makes the mansion almost invisible from the main road. It's a place where Taylor can finally step away from the deafening roar of the Aries tour, and where Travis can decompress without a microphone in his face. It's a sanctuary. The buzz suggests that the deal was done in total secrecy. No public listings, no open houses, just a quiet exchange of papers that handed them the keys to a new life. And when you look at the lengths they went to just to secure this property, it becomes clear that this isn't an investment property. This is a home base. It's a signal that they are ready to stop running and start settling. But seeing the house from the outside is one thing. Watching them arrive for the first time is a completely different story. The midnight arrival. The day the papers were signed, the atmosphere in Rhode Island shifted. It was a crisp autumn day. The kind where the air bites at your skin and the leaves are turning that deep, burnt orange. Witnesses reported seeing a navy blue SUV winding its way down the private roads, avoiding the usual hotspots. This wasn't a convoy of security and black Escalades with sirens blaring. It was quieter, more intimate. When the car finally pulled up to the mansion's entrance, it was a moment straight out of a movie. The rumors described Taylor stepping out first. She wasn't wearing a stage costume or a red carpet gown. She was wrapped in a soft gray scarf, pulled tight around her shoulders to ward off the chill. Her signature blonde curls bouncing as she looked up at the towering structure. It was the look of someone who could finally breathe. Travis was reportedly right behind her. He hadn't even changed out of his team jacket, fresh from the grind of the game, looking a mixture of exhausted and exhilarated. This is the side of the relationship we rarely get to see. The quiet moments between the chaos. They weren't performing for anyone. They walked up the stone path hand in hand, their boots crunching on the fallen leaves. They paused under the massive archway of the front door. There's something symbolic about that moment, standing on the threshold of a new chapter. Reports say the door swung open to reveal a staff lineup in the foyer, ready to greet the new owners. But Taylor and Travis barely noticed the formalities. They were too busy looking at each other. It said that Travis leaned in and whispered something into her ear that made her giggle, a sound that broke the tension of the high-stakes purchase. A neighbor nearby reportedly snapped a quick blurry photo of that exact moment. Two people grinning from ear to ear, completely lost in their own world. But once they stepped inside, the reality of what they had bought truly hit them. Inside the glass castle, if the outside was a fortress, the inside was a cathedral of light. The mansion's design is described as sleek and modern, a stark contrast to the vintage historical vibes of Taylor's other properties. We are talking about bright white facades and soaring glass windows that stretch from the floor to the ceiling. It's a design meant to bring the outdoors in without letting the public in. As they entered the foyer, sources say Taylor's eyes went wide. Hanging overhead was a massive chandelier, a cascade of crystals that caught the afternoon sunlight and threw rainbows across the polished marble floor. It wasn't just expensive, it was magical. It's the kind of detail Taylor loves, the kind of lighting that turns a house into a dreamscape. The living room is reportedly with ceilings reaching nearly 10 meters high and a wall-to-wall stretch of glass. It looks out over miles of rolling hills and trees. No paparazzi towers, no neighbors' fences, just nature. The view is said to be instantly calming. A visual deep breath. Taylor reportedly pressed her face to the cool glass, murmuring to one of the staff members that she had never seen anything so beautiful. Travis, on the other hand, wasn't looking at the trees. He was watching her. It's a dynamic their friends have mentioned constantly. He is her protector, but he's also her biggest fan. He stood back, just smiling, letting her take in the space that would become their sanctuary. But while the view was impressive, the room that Taylor immediately claimed as her own was the one where the real magic happens, the kitchen. We all know Taylor loves to bake. It's part of her lore. The chai cookies, the cinnamon rolls, the homemade treats she brings to fans and friends. So, it's no surprise that the kitchen in this $9 million mansion is a dream for anyone who loves to cook. Insiders describe a massive marble island that anchors the room, surrounded by walnut cabinets in top-of-the-line appliances that look like they've never been used. There's even a wine cellar tucked discreetly behind a sliding door, stocked and ready for quiet evenings. This isn't a kitchen for catering staff. It's a kitchen for living. The rumors say Taylor immediately started planning. She was teasing Travis, telling him that she'd be baking cookies all winter long, turning this sleek, modern space into a warm, smelling like vanilla home. And Travis, he didn't miss a beat. He promised he would be her official taste tester. It's a small, playful detail, but it shows why they work. He's happy to just be there eating the cookies and hyping her up. No complaints. This room represents the normality they crave. Think about when's the last time they could just stand in a kitchen, make dinner, and not worry about a camera through the window. This house gives them that. It's a space for domesticity, for the quiet, boring parts of a relationship that actually matter the most. But while the downstairs was all about shared spaces, the upstairs revealed a level of luxury that shocked even them. The master suite and the man cave. Heading upstairs, the master suite is reportedly a world of its own. It features a private balcony that overlooks the estate, an enormous bed that looks like a cloud, and a deep marble tub positioned right beside a window. It's the ultimate relaxation zone. But the closets, that's where things get interesting. The walk-in closets are described as being big enough to house a boutique. There's enough space for Taylor's entire tour wardrobe, the sequins, the boots, the fringe, and crucially, plenty of room for Travis's growing collection of bold outfits and game day jerseys. It's a merger of two very different styles, the pop princess and the NFL fashion icon. She reportedly tossed her purse on the bed and immediately ran to try out the balcony door, calling Travis over to check out the view. She told him it felt more like a getaway resort than a house. And she wasn't wrong. But Travis had his own priorities. Downstairs, tucked away from the elegance of the living room, he discovered his sanctuary. The mansion features a private theater with velvet seats and a surround sound system that shakes the floor. It's waiting for movie nights, popcorn, and marathon screenings. Taylor's face reportedly lit up at the idea of watching her own performances on the big screen. Reviewing the Aries tour footage, Travis, being the joker he is, quipped that he'd only agree if they watched his favorite highlights from the Reputation tour. But the real gem for Travis was the golf simulator. Tucked into a glass-walled room, This high-tech setup is perfect for winding down after a tough game or during the off-season. He stepped inside, took a few practice swings, and Taylor stood by, ribbing him about his form. She joked that she'd have to coach him if he ever wanted to impress her dad. Scott Swift. It's this banter, this ease that suggests this house is going to be filled with laughter, not just silence. But the house is only half the story. The real headlines came from who was inside it during the holidays. The Thanksgiving summit. The ink was barely dry on the contract when the first big test of the new house arrived. Thanksgiving. And this wasn't just a dinner for True. It was a summit of the families. Reports indicate that Taylor's parents, Scott and Andrea, were there to welcome Travis's family. We're talking about Donna Kelce, the matriarch of the NFL, and his brother, Jason, along with his kids. The house was suddenly filled with the noise of a real family gathering. Laughter, music, and the smell of homemade food wafting from that marble kitchen. For fans, this is a huge deal. Merging families is a significant step. It's one thing to date. It's another to have your dad and his brother playing board games in the living room. The two families reportedly blended seamlessly. They traded stories, played games, and made new memories while Taylor and Travis floated between rooms, playing the perfect hosts. The joy in the house was impossible to miss. Insiders say it felt like the beginning of something unforgettable. It wasn't a celebrity event. It was just a family dinner. But amidst the turkey and the football talk, there was a glimmer of something else. Something sparkling on Taylor's hand that set the internet on fire. The ring and the end of an era. Let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the diamond in the room. As the sun set on that first night, casting a golden glow through those massive windows, rumors began to fly about a specific piece of jewelry. Sources claimed that Taylor was spotted wearing a breathtaking 10-carat diamond ring. It caught the last rays of daylight sparkling intensely as she traced her fingers over Travis's hand. While neither of them has mic-dropped the confirmation on Instagram yet, the buzz is deafening. Friends say this mansion feels less like a real estate purchase and more like a wedding gift to themselves. A space where they can plan the future. This ties directly into the mysterious video Taylor released. The end of an era and the final show on Disney+. While on the surface, this promotes her tour documentation, fans are speculating it has a double meaning. Is it the end of the touring era? Is she preparing to pivot from pop superstar to wife and maybe even mother? The basement of the new house adds fuel to this fire. Taylor is reportedly planning to convert part of it into a mini recording studio. This means she can write and record whenever inspiration strikes without leaving home. It suggests a future where she creates art on her own terms, without the grueling schedule of a world tour. Travis doesn't care about the acoustics. He just wants a room for his football memorabilia. And Taylor, in true partner fashion, promised to make it the coolest man cave around. Conclusion, a promise for forever. As a year wraps up, this Rhode Island escape has become a symbol of everything they have worked for. It's not just wood and stone. It represents love, peace, and the chance to build something lasting. They've already started filling the house with memories. Movie nights in the Velvet Theater, tennis matches on the backyard court, and long talks in the hot tub under the fairy lights. Far from the cameras, far from the screaming crowds. Neighbors have noticed the excitement, and whispers about celebrity guests are everywhere. But for Taylor and Travis, the real magic is in the quiet moments. Just being together in a place that finally feels like home. Their story is still unfolding. And the existence of this house suggests the next chapter is going to be the most exciting one yet. With wedding plans on the horizon and careers hitting new highs, this $9 million mansion is just the beginning. It's the home base for all their biggest dreams. So, is the engagement announcement coming next? Will the Disney Plus documentary reveal the proposal? You'll have to wait and see. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because when the news breaks, you're going to want to hear the full story right here. The era isn't ending, it's just evolving, and you won't want to miss what happens next.